We're here to tell the truth.
Personally, I'd say this is my last question for you.
Good.
When followers discern that their man of God is fake, how should they respond?
I've already answered. Leave.
They should just leave.
It's very easy.
But
You stand up, not in the middle of the meeting. You leave. You may send a message. You may send a message later. If he doesn't know you, please leave quietly. If you were serving in any capacity, tell them you have left. Send a message. Say, I believe God wants me to move on. You don't have to explain that you've come into greater understanding or anything. Just send, I believe God wants me to move in. Thank you for anything God has used you to do for me. You don't have to explain. You don't have to attack. You don't have to correct. You don't have to do anything except you are in a certain level of authority and you know he may listen. But the average one, I'm a man of God, so there's a way out I can tell you. The average person has been talked to by God long before you showed up, while you were there, and after. Some of them, God had kept quiet on them long. Some, God is speaking to them. Some of them are sleeping at night and God is talking to them, warning them. Look at Samuel and Eli. Samuel is a small boy. Eli is humble enough. Why do we have the record? Because Eli is humble enough to tell Samuel, whatever it is God told you, tell me now, or God will judge you severely. That's why Samuel was too afraid to deliver the message. But now you have so-called men of God whom, if God tells you to tell them something, they will curse you. And then they say things like, God can never tell you to come and speak to me, that he can only tell someone higher than me. You know how Samuel was higher than Eli. If I'm to advise you, I have there's a red church thing from last year.
Loyalty.
I think it was loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty. And so I think I may have answered a little of that about being loyal to a man. And I pointed out you should be loyal to God. On Judgment Day, your man of God will not be the one judging you. It's God that will judge you. However you do it, but it's God's judgments that will come on you. If you are loyal to a man at the expense of a relationship with God, get ready for whatever you see. It is wise to be loyal to God. Human beings are fickle. They can err. They may start well, like King Saul, seemingly humble, and become the devil. What does David do? Do you stand there and say, well, God did not tell me to leave? When you are skewered against the wall, you will know God told you to leave. Someone throws a javelin at you the first time, you dodge. He throws a second time, you dodge. Is your name Dodge? If you have any wisdom, you will not keep sitting there. Hey, but where will I go to? Where did David go to? The bush. Many people don't leave because of the comforts. The convenience, the things they've enjoyed. Imagine when David was representing Saul, he rides into town, the women sing. Today they play music for you, he rides out of town. So David was a big boy, conquering with the backing of the king. When it was time to lose all those privileges and start living like an animal, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But those who are unwilling to pay a price to serve only God have made a choice. So I will not pretend that the reason most people struggle to live is because some people say they don't know where to go. Some say they are waiting for God to show. No, you're seeing falsehood. You're hearing, this is not really a man of God. Even if he was at the beginning, the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
You keep staying there. You want Delilah to come for you too. Don't deceive yourself. David has left town. Ahithophel. You stay around. Next thing, you're giving devilish advice. All this is wrong. God has not called us to serve people. Remember how I started, what a man of God is. The one who serves God, a servant of God. So ask yourself. My answer is for the person who I chose many years ago that I want to be a man of God, one who serves God. When I was still less than 20. In my heart and my life, I'd intended I want to do God's will. So here I am. Many years later, I have had 20-something years to prove if serving God pays. And I don't mean cash. And I've concluded that it does. It does. It pays in every way. God will take care of those who serve him. John 12. Say, if any man serves me, my Father will honor him. Where I am, my servant will be also. That's why a man of God is, you are where God is.
Yeah.
So if I'm serving God, I'll be where my master is. So I try to be where Jesus is, doing what Jesus wants. A man of God is no more a man of God, or you've discovered he was never a man of God. Move. Leave. Don't complicate it. Don't look for much. Don't drag things. Don't cause trouble. Don't stand up and shout in front of everybody. He's fake. And help yourself. Exit the boat gently, even if it cost you. What do you think David carried? You know how David ran first? He was in his bed. His wife, when he climbed to the window. That's how his master settled him when he was done. That's how Saul settled David. What did David ever do? Nothing wrong. And Saul was anointed. So leave quietly. Don't make it into a war. If anybody needs to kill Saul, your former master, it's not you. Philistines will do the job. It's not your job. Don't go and block them either. Don't put yourself in it. If God used someone to help you, when it's time to just leave quietly. Tell them thank you and leave. Now, I don't know if David had time to thank. David was too busy trying to explain himself as though he didn't know what was happening. He didn't know an evil spirit had come on Saul. So many people you're trying to make peace. You're trying to resolve it, saying things like, I'm talking with him, don't worry, we'll work it out. You're wasting your time. He didn't listen to God. He will listen to you. You too must think you are greater than God. And this is the reality of this. All right. So you said that's your last question.
Yes, but I believe the people in the studio have one question or the other. How do I help someone who is under a false teacher if they are not willing to leave?